Greetings, here, Aries. Welcome to Teepus Tarot, and I hope you're doing well wherever you are in the world. And today we're going to go ahead and get into our spring equinox and or astrological New Year reading. It's been a while since I've released any readings, but I'm hoping to return back on the pattern as life has decided to settle down for me personally, though not for the world. So let's go ahead and get started, dear Aries. So when we're talking about the spring equinox, this is on March 20th through the 21st, right? And it's really what we call the astrological new year. And it really collectively symbolizes a fresh time and marks this fresh time in the year where there's an equal daylight and equal nighttime, right? So there's this harmony, this balance with the nature as well. So spiritually, this is a time for us to really be able to set good intentions of how we want our astrological new year to go. The astrological new year begins with Aries season, and that energy that this equinox really has, it's really just a reminder to kind of like ground ourselves on a nature wise, right? And ensure that we set some really good intentions for the next cycle of years to come, okay? Or the year to come, I should say. And if you're thinking about it, if you're in the Northern Hemisphere, this is right after the darkness of winter, right? Where there is just like a lot of mulling over things, a lot of heaviness, right? Where things are a little bit stagnant. And then we spring into the spring, right? Where things are a little bit more jovial, where there are more possibilities because as the daylight increases, right? We become kind of like awake or aware longer periods of the day. And so that's kind of the meaning of the spring equinox. So I would just want to say happy birthday to all of my Aries who are celebrating their birthday around this season. Let's go ahead and get into your reading. We are using the Neoteric Feminine Tarot to pull your reading today. And so I've got my spread here. This is going to be a 4-card spread. And of course, we're going to be clarifying the energy. But first, for our dear Aries rising, this is setting the intention that this is for you. So if you have Aries, and it is in your sun, your moon, but particularly your rising, then it is my sincerest intention that this reading may resonate with you in some capacity, and that you're able to receive these messages and apply them to your own life, always and only for your highest good. Our first card is looking at the energy of the spring equinox for you, dear Aries. What is the energy of the spring equinox for my Aries? Okay. First thing that comes up, you've got the 8 of Pentacles. There could be something very significant on the job front where you are making a lot of money, or there's just like a very busy season for you around this time. But I really see you applying yourself and the skills that you know, right? And really just like diving into and locking into a lot of work. You're being really committed, really dedicated to your source of resources or your income at this particular time. Let's go ahead and see if we could clarify that. So work looks good. 3 of Swords. It's possible that you could be really working your way through a broken heart, maybe some disappointment, and you've decided to, if you've recently undergone a breakup of some sort, or just a difficult time, right? You've got that 3 of Swords here. The 3 of Swords really indicates like there's some type of conflict, right? Or a grief that you've really recently undergone. And perhaps you're utilizing the time at work or just deciding to kind of heal through staying busy, right? And that could be really good for you resource wise. But I do sense a little heaviness around you, dear Aries, at this particular time. And you've got this Ace of Wands, right? So an Ace of Wands is just, it's like that 3 of Swords is more of like that getting over things, and the Ace of Wands is getting your groove back, right? This is like diving headfirst into a new project, being inspired to really create and to just get back into your passions and get back into like feeling a little bit more exuberant about life, perhaps especially if you've had a difficult time. So I see that's the energy of the equinox for you. You're diving headfirst into work, business, creative urges, like your passion. So I see you with a lot of energy around this particular time, and you're not trying to like deal with any heartbreak from the past. You are really trying to spring forward and be very extremely productive as your season rolls around. So let's look at number 2. Number 2 is looking at what's something that is waking up within you at this time. Show me something that is waking up within our Aries at this time. What is Aries waking up to at this time? And then you've got the literal awakening card, right? The Judgment really, it's the Judgment really talks about there's some type of clarity that you're seeing. You're having like an aha moment, okay? Perhaps this is a wake up call. Maybe there is like a sudden jolt of like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Or like you're just feeling as if there's a reckoning of some sort, right? When you look at this, is definitely an absolute reckoning. It's feeling like you are that you have a purpose, right? And it's not like this is a new purpose. It's just you're really getting back on focus, right? You're getting back on target. Um, and you're establishing your purpose right now at this time. So I feel like that's, and maybe this is something new. Perhaps this is a new awakening that you're having at this time. And then you've also got the Temperance, okay? So Temperance really talks about you instituting a lot of harmony in your life, okay? I would say it's also just bringing about some balance, having a lot of self-control, really getting disciplined about what you want and like what you need to feed into and what you need to remove your energy from, right? That's what the Temperance is all about, is creating harmony within your life. It's making sure that serenity and peace is kind of your priority at this time. And I think that that's what's waking up in you, is like you're no longer accepting or tolerating anything that you feel around the season that's low vibrational, that does not require your input, or you feel that it's like tearing down your vibration in some way. You're not giving it any attention. That's kind of what that Temperance is saying, right? It is just being able to just, just be in a state of harmony in your life, and to not necessarily feed into any kind of negativity. Okay, wait, hold on. What did I drop here? Okay. And then you've got this Queen of Cups. Now, this is this maternal energy that's very nurturing. It's very loving, right? That Queen of Cups is just a very like healing, supportive, nurturing feminine energy here. Now, that could be coming in regards to yourself, right? Where you're learning to, like I said, nurture things that desire or that need your attention. If it doesn't need your attention, you're not doing it. Okay. So I overall see what's waking up in you. I see like a very positive, nurturing and healing, supportive energy around you. And it's something that you're really awakening to. Um, I feel, and especially like what it says, the energy of the equinox. This is the card that really bothered me the most that came out in your energy previous, which was just talking about you could be really healing from a very difficult time heart wise. Like I said, that's like a change of like you've had a separation, you've had a job loss, you've had like something that was like that just tore you down on an emotional level. And in order for you to build that up, I do see you kind of like putting a lot of your time and your effort and energy into being dedicated on your workspace, okay? And really feeding into like your passions and your desires again. And the thing that's really waking up, you're having this like urgency or this like a moment of self awareness where all you really want to do is almost feels like a very beautiful healing journey at this time, right? Where you're balancing out things in your life, right? You got the angel wings on. And if you're looking at the Temperance, right, you see how she's like pouring from one cup to the other, is just making sure that you're just shifting out all the stuff that doesn't need to be there. With Queen of Cups, you're like you're definitely in this healing, supportive energy at this particular time. All right. So that's what's awakening in you right now. Thirdly, let's look at what are some opportunities that are ahead of you at this time. Show me opportunities that are ahead of Aries at this time. Let's see. Opportunities. You've got opportunities to hang out. You've got the Three of Cups here. This is your community, your tribe. This is like going out with your friends, right? Your homegirls, your homeboys, being able to celebrate and be in communion with people, celebrate things. And if you ever notice around springtime, this is like a very popular time where there's lots of engagements, there's lots of graduations are starting to happen around this time. Weddings, a lot of people start getting like married, or like there's Easter's, like this real resurrection of just positive, fulfilling, fresh energy, I would say. Okay. And so this is a great time. The weather, if you especially are living in the East Coast in the United States or any place in the Northern Hemisphere where you've been experiencing like a heavy, dark, cold winter, right around springtime, right? This is a time like where we're going on spring break, and it's just it just shows like a more like social time in your life, right? And I see you, there's going to be a lot of opportunities for you to really get out there, maybe plan some trips with some friends, just get out there and see the world and just be in communion with those that you love. So I do see that some opportunities in that arena coming up for you with this season. It is also your birthday, so keep that in mind as well. And you've also got this Queen of Swords here. So this is when you talk about opportunities in regards to the Queen of Swords, this is more of this very like you are coming across as very self-reliant at this time, very trustworthy, very honest. The way that you come across is just a really balanced head and heart. You're just not an emotional mess, and you're not like a logical robot either, right? It's just like you've really just instituted so much balance in your life, because this is what like the Queen of Swords is very honest, it's very just, but more importantly, I would say the perspective of a Queen of Swords is just almost like this temperance energy, where it's not giving it time and any credence to things that are going to lower the vibration under any circumstances. And so, what it talks about these opportunities could be. Maybe in the way that, because I always think about the Queen of Swords as a character that is able to give really good advice, right? That has a very like sound, like emotional and logical mindset. And so people could be coming to you because of the way that you're coming across is just like they're coming to you for advice. They're seeing the way that you're operating, that you're moving around this season. And they're like, you know what, I'm going to ask Aries what they got going on. Okay. So that's kind of how you're really coming across. And those are going to be opportunities that are opening up for you. I also feel like there could be like some people in your circle who start to kind of like look for guidance or support from you in some way. So that could be an opportunity that's also coming up. And you also got the Chariot. So this talks about journeys, maybe even something about your car. There could be an opportunity maybe for even a new car if some of you are in the market for that. But I just see there could be like you're reaping the rewards of a lot of benefits. Like your intuition is very good about making a decisive direction of where you want to go, because the Chariot is really successful in charging forward on an objective or a path. Okay. So you're looking good. Like it feels like the discipline is there. Let me see this. Your discipline is there. Like you're just feeling like you've got the willpower to be able to really like catapult yourself into the right direction. And it looks good. I would say those are some opportunities. And there is something about perhaps a vehicle. Like some of you could be really looking into getting a new car or a new ride of some sort. Something could be changing about your transportation, perhaps an upgrade in that. Um, and lastly is how can you allow the light into your life? And you've got the King of Wands. Now, the King of Wands begs of you to really think long term, have to be very strategic in your nature, right? It's to be self assured and to have this. Well, I would say like more than self assured. When I think about the King of Wands is like a bold leader. The King of Wands knows where it's going. Excuse me, not in a year from now, but that has a long-term strategic investment for the future, right? And so I feel that this is a really great time for you to be a little bit like more moving. And this is like investing in yourself for the future, right? That King of Wands that's how you can allow light into your life. Don't be so momentary. Think about how you'd like to set yourself up for the future as well. Okay. It's more of just like knowing that you have it within yourself to take control of your life and your destiny. And then this could be a new way of thinking about things, right? Because you got the Ace of Swords, and Aces of Swords do talk about a new idea or a new way of communicating. Because just keeping in mind, the swords are the ways our thoughts, our ideas, and is also the way in which we communicate. Okay. So I think that like changing that internal dialogue about what is possible for you, and being more definitive about like, okay, no, I can do this. What about like you just do it? Just make that plan for the future, okay? Instead of just thinking about it. I'm seeing that there could be more options too. I am not picking all of those up. There's about 5 of them that came out. So, and we're not picking all those up. We'll just pull one more card for how to allow light into your life. Show me one last card for Aries. Okay. Yeah. We got the 9 of Wands, okay? And the 9 of Wands gets really tired of just sitting there and being like, well, I almost have enough for this, or I almost got there, right? Where it's just like you're on your last stand and you just feel like life has been a little bit repetitive. You've been resilient and you're really just waiting to see the fruits of your labor. So I'm kind of feel like, and with this particular question, with letting the light into your life, this is about like understanding what your long-term objectives are. Having a new way of communicating and approaching these objectives, right? And understanding that like you have to be able to be resilient and to persevere. And just because you don't see results immediately doesn't mean that you don't start the investments of what you want to do in the future later. Start them now, okay? And I feel like that's how you can allow light into your life, by being a little bit more forward thinking in regards to your future. All right, so that's what I got for you, dear Aries. Happy birthday to everyone celebrating their birthday in Aries season. And I wish you a happy new year, a great start to the beginning of our astrological year, and take care. Bye.